hero. Bring the tower to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So this is the last one before the end. One of the ends, at least. I imagine there's multiple ends. Now, while I was eating, having dinner, I was thinking about what possible path I could take. And I did think of one.
You're here to slay her.
So we're gonna go for that one.
If you...
Should I explore, though? I wonder if exploring would be good. Seems kind of bad, though.
Are you a monarchist?
Have you been considered the only reason?
While I am... Nevertheless, and before...
You've already seen all these, so I'm just gonna...
I'm talking about...
But how can a princess... How can a princess lock away in a basement in the world? Do you have any evidence? Can someone else do
I have
this?
to say, like I said...
Forget it. I'm not doing this.
You see it?
Because then maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Do I get some kind of reward? Look, I'll go to Ta. I'll talk to her, and if she's a bad... Okay.
Then I guess we'll just have to see within each. And so sure.
So that was the option I took the first time.
The interior of the blade.
We are not gonna take the blade.
The door to her voice.
Hello?
Is don't.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
What's gonna happen here? Because the narrator's gonna force me to kill her. Because I imagine the other one is gonna be grayed out.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let's go.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
And
You
it's
attempt
gonna
to make
lock.
your way. Someone else.
Try the door.
You're shout. You're here. You make your way to the bottom of the stair. Easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic, right?
If I could just get out of these chains,
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb as she rips her flesh from her bone.
Now we get the blade.
You won't like...
Save the princess.
Fine. Again, you cut. The blade is sharp. She didn't know. She smiled. How is...
Thank you.
And now is where Steph gets out of control.
We won't have...
Because this will be blocked.
What are you doing?
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike, but she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh god, she's gonna be furious.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs,
she's turning into a
aiming
furry.
directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools.
I didn't have the option to give up this time, though.
She stares down at your
surprisingly.
form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Okay, this one was
Everything goes
different
dark,
from what I expected. I thought there would also
and
be
you
a
die.
give up. The witch. Oh shit.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to...
Since it does, but I died. What am I? But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Is the opportunist gonna force me to take the
The interior of the cabin is a mess
The
of
knife?
twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this
Since
right.
this is the last one, I wonder if the mirror shows anything.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? You reach forward and
No.
rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous... No blade.
No blade.
I hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Okay, I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Sorry.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
Not what I
entering
expected
the
for a
dark
witch.
room below.
But it is the furry that
You
she
can just
was at
make
the
out
end.
the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I'm unarmed, that's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk about it? Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. Why do I have the nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out? I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Shut up, opportunist.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
So we're in an impasse. None of us gonna get anywhere if we don't trust each other, unless you want to fight. But I don't want to fight. Why do I only have this choice? I guess I have to explore to get other options.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and...
Still only have one option. I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you? Can't you get out of those on your own?
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Why do I... You're gonna stab me if I help you out? Okay, let's leave.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Look, I didn't have a choice.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Okay, let's leave. Leave with the princess.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
Ah, she's gonna stab me.
And if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Step onto the stairs.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin
Probably
your
gonna get
ascent from the
killed
basement.
here.
The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
That's actually not a bad idea. Why not walk backwards up the stairs?
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
No, you wouldn't. That's bullshit. I've done that before. It's fine.
But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
And bam.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement.
I thought she wanted to leave.
You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
The frog.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that. Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who
But
hates
why did
us
I get
in
the
the basement of a
opportunist?
remote cabin.
Does every single, maybe not every single, but do some of those Slay the Princess have different results? Like the lower the lower option I pick, maybe the result is different. And because I picked the top one, it's almost as if I didn't even try to resist. Is that it?
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
You could have got out of here if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. I should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a little
Motherfucker.
world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Here we go.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
I'm back. Welcome. We are dealing with the witch right now.
I think he's gone.
Is there any way to get her on her good side? I also kind of like her, but I don't think there's a way to get her on her good side.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Yes, you can. Okay, we need to get back here. You messed up. Okay.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
You cannot return. This is the last one, though. Before we get... Now, this is the last one, I'm pretty sure.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? What?
Oh, approach the mirror. They've gone one, and what do we get? You are nothing at all. Okay then. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see a figure. Faint. Oh, is it a crow? Yeah, it is a crow.
I think you know what I am.
Okay. The crack slides down the center, split the image of glass in two. Then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. What the frick is this? Oh god. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. You're something like me. If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. It doesn't hurt when pieces of you break off like that. At least the game is good if Georgie wants to win over the waifus. Does it work when pieces of you break off? I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away and stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Oh my god, so many questions. Okay, let's go. So you're the narrator. I wonder if I ever get to see
The
you.
narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Okay. So it does actually break. So I imagine there's a limited amount of questions. Where was the one I wanted to ask? Wait, where was the princess one? There was a princess one here and it's gone. Oh shit. Oh shit, I can't ask it about the princess. I've met you many times. Have you been the same
I haven't,
all along?
and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have something to say for yourself or all the hubris done? Do you think anyone deserves to live? So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it. The people out there beyond the walls of the construction, do they know about this? Do they know you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity?
The long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What? I'm the god? What? I always knew I was special. I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. Or were you a god? I wasn't supposed to see all of this, was I? What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
If I destroy her, one I will. In short, when you hesitated and feared her, she became something to be feared. But I didn't did I hesitate? I don't remember what choices I did. I'm confused. I went straight to save her. I don't get it. I didn't hesitate. Every time I ask you something, tell me whatever, people. Can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything.
You tightened the
That's why I
hold,
had to die.
the blade with fear. But I didn't even bring I didn't bring the blade for the witch. I didn't bring the blade. I went without the blade. For the tower. Oh yeah, the tower. Yeah, the tower, yeah. Okay, yeah, the tower I did. Makes sense. She became a goddess. Got it. So that was the trigger to tighten the grip. Oh. Am I supposed to be asking all these questions? I guess the last one is just destroy everything. Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
No, but I can grasp the horror of not dying. Pretty sure death is good, actually important even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
The people out there beyond the walls of... What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Why is she a princess?
You're asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why...
But you were narrating that she was a princess.
Maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
How did you die?
I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
Hold on. But if no one knew about her, then wouldn't she cease to exist because she only takes the form of what people think of her? And since there's no one to think of her, then she doesn't exist? So didn't he, by killing himself and creating a god that knows of her existence, ultimately end up continuing her existence? I exist because he made me. If he hadn't made me and had killed himself, then she wouldn't exist. Because there would be no one to give her a form. What if neither of us leave? Are you a god, or were you a god?
In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, and I made her.
He made her!
This place to hold you both.
Run out of questions. Death of an author. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Say nothing and watch him end. I'm not gonna slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away.
As a final fragment of the glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The long quiet. All this is you. Oh yeah, this is the forest. I'm seeing the patterns. Proceed to the cabin one last time. An untrusted... Bring the witch to her. When you arrive at the heart of sayings, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you. And you can finally see me.
I'm afraid of the result. Because if I think there was like only one of them was decent, and I think everyone else was kind of bad for me.
It's been so long, and my
God.
heart has ached for this moment.
Oh,
I've
no.
missed you dearly.
No, you haven't. You're gonna kill me. I missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Some mysteries we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have many questions I need to answer after I make a choice. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. Is she actually just gonna end the world? Isn't it just bringing death? I mean, death already exists. The world isn't... I mean, death exists. That doesn't mean the world is dead. If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked, if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What? Did I ask too many questions? I'm sorry. Wait, that's the witch.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there are no difference between growth and decay. I've already come so far. With this, with time, we could have been better. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
So I guess this is the ending I got, violence. I mean, most of the choices I took were violent. I'm sorry.
You become nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine. When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it.
I didn't have another choice! What do you mean I gladly took it?
Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
I miss when that was you. Submitted to you was a mistake. I wouldn't have destroyed you if I knew what you were. You were consumed by... It doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those who hold captives. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. It's because I gave up. You were consumed by your own ego. Let's go with this one.
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective.
I'm sorry.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
I mean, yeah, no. They'll get over it. They'll see permanent as a gift in time. No. That would be torture. That would absolutely be torture. Suffering born is delusion. It's still suffering. We hurt each other and we shouldn't have done that. We cannot let a word. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. That would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
Oh god.
Your little nurse drives a stake into your
Oh.
heart, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion. We both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. Suffering born in delusion is still suffering. Oh, this is the same one. That feeling never left me. Let's go with that.
Then there's no need for you to fight for who you are. Whenever you're ready, you can...
I mean, I kind of already made the decision.
In loving hand.
And now it's the demon chick that we fought. Wait, is she not showing up? Not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Yeah, she is.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all. You Feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Meaningless nighters could ever truly win. It was unnecessary. We could have worked together to build something better. We didn't have to hurt each other.
Did we hurt each other?
Didn't we?
For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater.
The clash between you abates. You begin to shake, you rapidly dissolve.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things you believe in, and when you get to see it above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Never want to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world, I'm so sorry. Your cruelty itself, I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. I can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand, and you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Huh. What happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Isn't she just saying that life goes on? Doesn't that just translate to a life goes on? So essentially, the question is, do I want to trap everyone into eternal damnation where no one gets to die? Which means no one gets to end their misery. Or do I just let stuff as it is? I mean, I can't really know what I'm gonna pick. Assuming that is what I am interpreting, because that's what I'm interpreting from this.
Nothing brings me greater
Through
joy than to hear those
conflict.
words. The final peace lies with you.
Wait, am I gonna die? Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled, bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construction pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not
I
yield.
love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unwilling tension breaks. What the fuck is this? Oh, I'm tripping! You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
Wait, is that grass? Yeah, it is grass. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into infinity. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns, 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you've always been, just as you will always be. The conflict is in your nature. The two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. And that's the end. I got a surprisingly good end for... I guess there were a lot of worse princesses I could have gotten. But I feel like I fucked up a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I fucked up a lot. Like for all sex, that creatures. Our song. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. Wait, there's a good ending? Wait, huh? What do you mean the good ending doesn't count? What good ending?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. No, not 4 yet. 4, 5.